Jimbo Fisher, Willie Taggart, Mike Norvell. What are some common problems we can diagnose right off the bat? Poor discipline, leading to dumb decisions, too many penalties, poor tackling, got these boys out here looking confused, drop balls, poor route running, poor blocking, poor vision by the QB, no pass rush. With 3 coaching staffs in less than 5 years, we have ended up with an interesting group of players. Players that were recruited to fit 3 different visions or schemes. Let's see if this could have some sort of effect on the program, shall we?
Kicking.
DJ Bucket Remix.
Kicking. Kicking.
Motherfucker still
I am your boy 1DB, the movement, aka One Flip Dollar. And this is the Chop Shop. Let's chop it up, y'all. Let's begin this breakdown with Jimbo Fisher, shall we? Let's go back just a little bit and let's talk about Jimbo. Something that the talking heads don't seem to remember, or at least don't want to dive into it. But we gonna dive into it. Oh yeah. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into some Willie Taggart. And we gonna get into some Mike Norvell. But let's start with Jimbo. Now, with Jimbo had a pro-style offense. His offense was designed to build players up in order to make them more NFL ready. Something like a baby Alabama. Now, this type of approach, I feel is pretty smart. Because the more players you successfully send to the NFL, the more players you're going to be able to recruit. The more eyes you will catch. Right? However, if this is not managed correctly, you may find yourself in a sticky situation. Let's say the cupboard may get a little too full. Now, it's been said that Jimbo stopped recruiting, and that led to FSU's downfall. I would like to argue it was more so Jimbo's eye, or his lack, or his dissipating eye of talent and judgment of character is the real culprit. You see, FSU has found itself in college football's sunken place. In 2015, under coach Jimbo Fisher, Florida State landed a top 5 recruiting class. The ranking was actually, I believe, number 3. In 2016, Jimbo brought in the number 2 class, right? In 2017, the class was ranked number 6. So far, it doesn't look like he stopped recruiting. And to me, I feel he didn't stop recruiting until he knew he was leaving, and until he knew he was leaving for sure and where he was going to go. But I digress. Even with this hiccup in recruiting, FSU had the 11th best class in 2018. Quick Jimbo side note. The reason Jimbo wanted to leave, and I'm going to make it, more so about football, right? I'll make it simple. He picked the wrong ones. He picked the wrong players. Jimbo looked around and saw the attitudes, the antics, and frankly, the lack of effort, and said, "I'm out." You remember the Showtime doc, right? When he was trying to figure out how to reach the players, and at that point, it was clear he had lost the locker room. So why not bail? Your starting QB got hurt. You replace him with a true freshman. The team quit on you. I say, as these things and some prior incidents unfolded, Jimbo made it an exit plan, so to speak. And I could say the stoppage of recruiting, well, that was probably like a slap in the face. That was just straight out of spite, That's on that politicking side. Y'all do your own thing on that. Now, despite having a top 5 recruiting class, somehow Jimbo found players who couldn't stay out of trouble. They, to me, they just weren't that good, and they were injury prone. So this led to holes on the roster, slow or no development, and eventually FSU's downfall. A quick walk down QB memory lane, shall we? We'll start with E.J. Manuel. So we got E.J. Manuel, then you get Jameis Winston. But behind Jameis Winston, we had Jacob Coker. Now the plan was to have Jacob Coker fill in after Jameis Winston left. But Jacob Coker transferred. If you notice, he was supposed to be the bridge to the next star. But instead, we brought in Everett Golson from Notre Dame. And we got Sean McGuire as the backup because Jacob Coker left, who should have been the starter. That way we never would have had to have brought in Everett Golson. Now, from there, we have the arrivals and the exits of what should have been the next potential star, or at least an All-American. You got Malik Henry and DeAndre Johnson. Now, Malik Henry, he got bounced. Y'all know the story behind that. DeAndre Johnson decided he wanted to, punch a woman. I almost said something else, but we're going to try to keep it PG. There ain't no promises. DeAndre Johnson had to punch a young lady. Now that led to DeAndre Francois beating out Sean McGuire, so DeAndre Francois is our quarterback. When we should have had Malik Henry or DeAndre Johnson, Malik Henry, who had the better arm, DeAndre Johnson seemed like he had the better legs. So we should have at least been in the Christian Ponder, EJ Manuel type of mode with the team. We didn't realize we was going all the way down. Now, DeAndre Francois, he gets hurt against Alabama. He's out. Enter James Blackman. Now, Jimbo's offensive line, that sorry offensive line, got Francois hurt. You remember, even in the year that we went 10-3, I believe, Francois was getting murked. He was getting worked out there on that field, right? And it was Dalvin Cook that really kept us afloat, that made us think that we had an elite team. He was an equalizer. So without Dalvin Cook, you get Cam Akers, another equalizer. And we don't really see how bad we are. But the O-line is what got Francois hurt. Then you bring in skinny, true freshman James Blackman. The O-line blew him up and gave him paranoia and trauma. And now he's damaged goods, right? So it was Jimbo and the O-line and the lack of him picking the right quarterback is what started this thing going downhill. It's crazy. All right, so I appreciate you checking me out today. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the video, hit that like, share the video, and subscribe. I am your boy 1DB The Movement, aka One Flip Dollar. And I welcome y'all to the Chop Shop. Keep it chopping, no fam. I'm out. Yo, check me out every Thursday night with my boy Turnt Tally, man. Live on YouTube, on his channel, Turnt Tally and Mulatto 5. I suggest you subscribe. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m., man, we going over FSU football and basketball. Keep it chopping. You know the deal. I'm out.
Kicking.